It was good, everybody. We outside. We out here, the New York City Nobodies, and we got the special guest over here, your boy Milky. Hey, we got a bit of a mishap last episode, but now we're working it out. We doing the take two. We're out here in the Tribeca Studios, Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and now I get the pleasure to introduce the crew out here. Number one bud tender in New York City, slinging them apes, slinging them vapes. You know who it is. Is your boy Chop Queso. What's good, homie? Talk to the people.
What's good?
Yo,
we outside.
We outside. Yo, Caesar, my man, this handsome guy right here. Ladies, he's single. Definitely, you know what I mean? So definitely, that's my boy Caesar. Talk to the people, baby. What's good?
Listen, another day in paradise. It's been a great season, and no better crew I'd rather have around me than these guys right here.
Def. And as you already know, it's your boy Big Fee. Birthday week. I turned the big 49 this Saturday. Shouts to me. We got, hey, listen, I'm celebrating the rest of the month.
Guys, he's underage drinking.
I'm underage drinking, guys. I'm actually 17.
Cheers to the man. Cheers to the man.
And definitely, last but not least but not last, you know what I mean? We got your boy Milky out here, you know what I mean? What's good, homie?
Yo. Thanks for having me, guys, man. It's a pleasure to wrap up the season with you, man. Let's get it.
Absolutely.
So definitely, first off, we just want to thank you once again, Milky, for opening up this studio to us, man. It's a real beautiful thing when, everybody just comes together. We all, just work and, create some great content. So, fellas, definitely let's give it out for him one time. Where's the button at? Where's the applause button at?
And there'll be applause. Yeah.
We don't know which button it is.
Yo, listen, man, I just got to say, we all family, man.
Yeah,
and, mi casa, su casa. So anytime you guys want to come and rock it out here, man, record whatever y'all need,
whenever you want to come to
feel home.
Whenever you want to come to the Bronx and the projects up there, man, my door's welcome to you, too.
I love that.
So, fellas, what a great episode we have lined up. Listen, 2025 is in the rear view. We really had a lot of fun, guys, this season. I want to say that. I enjoyed every second, and of course, enjoying it with you guys was even better. But fellas, let's talk about it. 2025. What was the? We got a lot to talk about here, but let's kick it off. Chop. What was 2025 for you, and what did it mean to you, brother?
Man, everything, man. It kind of felt like it was the biggest gap in progress I've seen in the club in a very long time. True. Even when we won the cup and everything, fans, the team, the coach, everything, all things considered.
Right.
We made a run. No one expected us to be there. Everyone counted us out, and we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, at the end of the day, there's something the team could build on. And I hope next year, man, hopefully we're not in the Eastern Conference Final. We're in the MLS Cup Final.
Yeah,
hopefully,
it's star number 2,
for
baby.
that second star. That's what I hope.
You know what I mean?
And listen, I don't think anybody really expected us to be here. I don't think we would have seen this kind of evolution, this kind of progressive, this kind of just constructive year that we've had. And of course, I think it goes without saying that Pascal Janssen was probably the best hire you could ask for.
Yes.
He's the one that really dictated the flow of developing the talent, doing the most with the least that we had. And credit to all the guys who have developed, credit to the guys who are really showing a whole new culture to the team. And I think that's bigger than anything we would have wanted. We always wish to, of course, have a deep run into the season. But I feel like the fact that now we have a blueprint and identity of what the team is definitely on the field, that means the world to us. And, of course, I think this is the first time you end a season and we're all feeling so proud. We're all feeling so fulfilled. And nobody's, shout out Andy Bahania. He said it in Miami, where the season ended and against who else?
Right.
If you're going to end the season, if it's going to come down to that, MLS's favorite, whatever it is. But
yeah, right.
But yeah, it's the proudest we'll feel. And I feel like everybody loves Pascal. Nobody's ever really said nothing bad about him. And you don't really have to because of the hell of a season we had.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to agree with a lot of what you guys have been saying so far. Just, Pascal Janssen coming in and, he just showed us this is the way. There were a lot of things happened at the beginning of the season. We lost our second number 10. We lost Santi. Right before. I think that deal happened
the
maybe
day of our season opener.
The day of that day. That's when we got the news. Oh, he's not in the lineup. Oh, wait, he's going to South America. So, that right there was a bit of a punch in the gut. But and then our performance that day against that it wasn't that well either. But when you start seeing the evolution of the season and how we started getting a lot better, there were a lot of tough losses, but there were still a lot of occasions in which we just showed a lot of heart. We showed a lot of fight. And to be honest with you, I don't think that's a quality we had with Nick Cushing's team. We didn't have that type of fight. Now we do. We have a lot more. We're a lot more resolute in our game plan and knowing when to attack, when to defend, when to just straight bring it down the middle. Just now we have an idea, and I think the reason why people are so excited is because of the fact that we feel like we have a real coach now.
Right.
Someone who was in the trenches, has gone to Europa League. I mean, semifinal, but still, I mean, come on, that's a big accomplishment for any team in Europe. That you're going to want to show out in Europe, right? So having that kind of track record, knowing that Pascal was going to be perfect for developing these youngsters, because that was another big part of his track record in Hungary. He was developing a lot of players, and anywhere he went, basically. And now you started to see the effect that it's having on NYC. I mean, you start seeing with Matt Freese, shots of Matt Freese, number one goalkeeper, USA all day. Let's go, right?
Absolutely.
So definitely, and when we start seeing the development and everything like that, I think that's going to be the best part about this whole thing, because that's his biggest calling card is how he develops and how he wins while developing.
My man, the Milkman, what do you think?
I mean, at the beginning of the season when we lost Santi, it was just like, all right, here we go again. We got a new coach. We've been here before. Signings were minimal. And I kind of, like every other fan at the beginning of the season, we were kind of optimistic about where we were going to go. But as the season progressed and we saw that these players were reaching a whole nother level in their ability.
Yes.
And we were winning games. Like, granted, we lost games to clubs that we should have won, but we also won big games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as the season progressed and we got better, and Pascal, who, like you said, is known for developing talent, put that on display for this club.
Really
you know
did,
what I mean?
yeah.
End of the season, an amazing run. We unfortunately lose Alonso Martinez. We go to Philadelphia. We eke one out. And we went to Miami and we went up against the eventual MLS Cup champions. You can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? We lost to the ones who won. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, as much as we hate to say it, look at that squad. They had a stacked squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were
Thanks to who?
down. Yeah, we were down our striker. So it just gives me, I mean, again, off season we got to change a couple things, but I'm very, I would say, optimistic, but in a good way.
Yes.
2026, and I'm ecstatic about 2027.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, listen, let's kind of begin to where it ended, which is in Miami, and we're talking about Pascal Janssen, and we're talking about what he said about how he's an expert in developing talent, and you can see that from the first game.
Yeah.
Certain Chop was there for that first game, and you can see that when he played Johnny Shore, Nico Cavallo, who nobody had an idea
Right.
of how they were going to play. You're talking about 17-year-old at that time.
Having that much confidence in the kids.
On
Yeah.
Johnny Shore, and then of course Nico Cavallo, who didn't have any professional minutes, and the fact that you can see that immediately they're playing like they've already had experience.
Right.
That goes to show that kind of expertise, you don't really get that from anywhere,
Right.
You really don't, yeah.
But yeah, no, like we said, guys, it's been an incredible season. It was a lot of seasons of, we began the season obviously with a lot of holes that we filled later on. The addition of, Aiden O'Neal, the addition of Nico Fernandez, who's now a revelation.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then
tell me
Raul
about it.
Gustavo, that was a big thing. But of course, the beginning of the season was a bit rougher.
Right.
Yeah.
A bit rougher. And then
It was bad.
we look at it now and it's completely different. But yeah, fellas, I mean, it was a 56 point season,
Yeah.
which is what
For the 2025 campaign.
the best since 2019, and the fact that we are now 3 Eastern Conference Finals in 5 years.
That's
showing
excellent, man. I love
dominance,
that.
showing that we consistently competed, even with major setbacks with injuries. I mean, what else can you say? That's
Yeah.
why we're such in good mood.
No, definitely, and it really feels good because of the fact that we're supporting a winner. We're supporting a perennial contender. This is a team now that the way we're set up, a playoff appearance is going to be a normal thing. I mean, not like it wasn't already. I mean, last year, we were kind of on the fence, right? Year before we didn't make the playoffs and whatnot. So I think now that we have,
I like to forget about that.
yeah, I'd like to forget. Come on, man.
That is a book.
2023
is a
was
book.
rough.
It's like
2023
COVID.
definitely, it didn't count, right? So, but I think now the reason why we're feeling so good is just the fact that we have the base for a strong club and a club that can compete for the next 3-4 years together. And I think that once we start making some really strong, smart signings and we really get some key positions in, we'll be good to go. I mean, that's why I have to share that optimism with you guys.
If we could bolster this roster a little bit and just hopefully everyone's healthy and make a couple key signings, that I put us up against anyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. And
Anyone.
so basically to review the season, we'll start off from, of course, with Sir Chop. What would you guys rate the season?
I give it a B plus. Only reason I won't give it an A or an A minus or anything is because we did lose to Montreal, we lost to DC, we lost to Houston. We lost a lot of games at home, and just in general, a lot of games we shouldn't have lost. But you also coincide that with the fact that we did win a lot of big games on the road, like Dallas, Cincinnati. A ton of games that Philly, we had no business really winning or being in, but the team stepped up and showed out. So
Yes.
I think all things considered, B plus is fair, but this roster is going to look completely different next year. Like I really think that we're not going to have like an overhaul per se, but there is going to be some players who move, and we've already kind of seen that.
Right.
So we'll see what happens, man. But with the new sporting director in and everything, I'll say for all things considered, a solid B plus.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying that probably. Congratulations. I mean,
You earned it.
That's high praise for Chop Cheese himself.
No, I mean, I can't say anything else. B plus, I think, is pretty solid score. Of course, it cannot be A minus. I think if we would have gone to the final, that might have been maybe an A minus. Even if we would have lost A, obviously, if we would have gone the whole way. But the fact that there's so many upsides to so many things that we were in a deficit starting the season.
Yeah.
Again, like we said, I'm thinking, even if we had 6 losses at home, which is probably the most we've probably had at home ever. It never doesn't seem like it because we made up for how well we did on the road.
Yeah.
Which is also rare.
Exactly.
Which is also rare.
It's weird.
And the fact that, those signings, and then the team really gelling together for the second half, going on that stretch in August and September, that was really the one that made you feel like, okay, we actually have destiny in our own hands. We can actually make it happen. And I think that was the main catalyst of how we came to a B+. Really taking that stretch where sometimes we fold in August and September.
Right,
yeah.
I feel like the fact that we actually got it together and we didn't do that.
We're watching a skateboard video.
Yeah,
as
somebody
we
just
record, and
bust their ass.
somebody
So
really
good
bust their
things,
ass right now.
We're keeping the culture real.
So
exactly.
I think
Keeping the culture real.
we didn't credit card our season, and we
Yeah.
did more than that. Listen, we lost to, probably the favorites, probably the MLS's favorite.
Yeah.
The
So,
face of MLS.
The
if you
face
wanna put it
of-
when
like
you're
that.
given all that quality,
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously, it's a lot to be happy for. But yeah, go ahead, Mr. Birthday Boy.
Ooh, birthday boy.
Well,
21.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
21,
I
21.
wish, man. 20. Well, as far as what I looked forward to this whole season, right? When I was looking at how I'm going to grade this team, we started looking at a lot of progression, right? We started looking at how we started. And then it started, we could have played better against Miami. Obviously, that first match of the season, it was there was a tough match against LAFC. That's another result that could have gone our way. So
Those two were Miami and LAFC were so frustrating.
and I think when we got home, I mean, we were just already like so thirsty for a win. We wanted a reason to celebrate because already you got like, we're already down 2 games and we want a reason to celebrate. Plus 10th anniversary, a home opener,
absolutely.
it's a Yankee Stadium, and you wanted reasons to celebrate, and I think that this reason is going to be the best part to celebrate this year because it was our 10th year of existence, and it was just I think that lent itself a lot to the vibe this season. We're here. It's our 10th anniversary. And we were planting our flag here in New York City. Like, we don't have to go out to fucking Jersey to go play. You know what I mean?
And
Fuck
soon
the
we'll
Rebels.
never,
But
ever
no
go
cap.
there
No,
again.
we won't have to go there ever again, right? So, as far as like a grade for Pascal goes, I mean,
We were doing
No,
the season
doing it
first.
for the
Season
team.
first, and
It's the
then
team.
Pascal.
oh,
after
season.
All things considered.
All things considered.
The
Okay,
whole
so.
season, yeah.
I think a B+ is going to be a fair grade because, in my opinion, there's one thing that Pascal did wrong this season. whenever teams would come in, this is how Montreal beat us twice. This is how DC beat us. This is how Houston beat us, right? They clogged our midfield. They'll post up 5 dudes in the midfield. We would never have an answer to that tactic.
Yeah.
And it was
5 in the back, 5 in the field. Yeah.
Exactly, and I kept saying that throughout the season. It's like this is how the book is written on beating us. That tactic will work each and every time, right? So there was no adjustment coming out of that. That to me was like, hey, listen, if we're going to win the type of games we need to win, especially against teams we're supposed to beat, that we have to be able to adjust, just like we can adjust against the Red Bulls, just like we can adjust against whoever.
Right.
We can adjust against these smaller teams such as Montreal, DC.
Yep.
And I think that I won't say a little thing that bothered me this season was sometimes substitutions were a bit off.
Yeah, or a bit late.
Questionable.
Right.
I mean, but I also understand that, hey, this is the roster that we have. This is he's trying to adjust to the style of play, to the flow of play. Sometimes it may not be the right time for this substitution, but I would have wanted to see a couple more of those executed a bit earlier. So I think B+ is what I want to give him. We did a lot this season. We went all the way out we went back to the final, the ECF, and we had a good season overall. A bit too many home losses for my taste, but you know what I mean.
Sacrifice.
You have to sacrifice to get somewhere you want to go. So B+ is going to be where I'm at.
So, all right. So, I listening to you guys. I was like, before you guys started talking, I was like, B+ sounds right. But I'm gonna give them an A-. And here's why I'm gonna give them an A-, right?
I respect it.
Because I'm putting myself in that feeling in the beginning of the season, how I had no hope. You know what I mean? We just lost Santi. We got a brand new coach. Our roster, we still didn't have again, Alonso Martinez proved himself this season.
Yeah,
but in the
really
beginning
did.
of the season, we wanted a striker.
No,
You know what I'm
the thing
saying?
is, that's the only reasonable we had. We didn't have. Everybody was questioning Buckrock.
Exactly. Yeah, Bach. Yeah, exactly.
And then besides that, we
He
didn't have
goes
anybody.
like, this is who we're sticking with. Can he produce at a high level?
Yeah.
He answered that. But as the season progressed, Pascal has who he has. So as a brand new coach, you got to tinker with the lineup. You'll see a midfield in 3 consecutive games that are different. You know what I mean? By the middle of the season, yes. I also feel like NYCFC always tend to play down to their competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
And it's a trend for us. We always lose to who we're supposed to beat, and we always play up to our competition. And we either draw or beat who we're supposed to lose to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But towards the end of the season there, we lost, a couple games, like I said, to competition that we should have beat. Towards the end of the season there, this team showed grit. It showed heart. It showed confidence.
Definitely.
And all that can only be brought on by a great locker room, brotherhood. That means the team is clicking. That means they have confidence in themselves. They trust each other. You know what I'm saying? That shows signs of a good coach. So now we make it towards the end of the season. We go on a crazy run.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Nobody could beat us.
We were on that bus to Philly.
Yeah,
no
we
one
were.
believed we were going to win.
Of course.
The
Nobody
odds
but-
were literally plus 380 NYCFC money
And
line.
me and you were looking at each other like, I don't even have a doubt in the world
Literally,
that
we
we're going to
literally
lose
said the
this
same
game.
thing. Nope.
No, that's what it was.
Not. And then, but when again, the same feeling against Miami, we were like, all right, now there's a different story. But to say that we beat Charlotte. Granted,
Twice
we should
away.
have beat, granted,
Yeah.
twice away. Then we beat Philly, down 3 players, including our star striker, Aiden O'Neal on the yellow card accumulation,
And Pereira.
and Pereira on a broken leg. And
Speedy
then we
recovery
make it
both.
to another Eastern Conference Finals. Being down those key elements to our starting 11 and still being able, cheers to Pascal, to be able to coach this team. The way we played defensively in Philly, like, bro,
Yes.
Matt Freeze standing on his
Oh,
head.
my God.
2 of the most beautiful saves of the season. It's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And, optimism next season. Again, the front office needs to do something. But
Yep.
I could only give this team an A in front because of that feeling I had in the beginning of the season, it was dreadful and like such uncertainty. It was like, oh, black hole, where are we going to... Those times that we were in 10th place, 11th place, you would look at the standings, and we were down at the bottom.
We got embarrassed in Leagues Cup. We lost in the Open Cup to the Pittsburgh River.
Oh my God.
We had some bad moments,
So
bro.
to go from that to where we ended... I could only put an A in front of that, and it's an A- because of the fact that we played down to a lot of opponents.
I agree. I feel like the reason why I would agree with you there is because it's to have a whole new culture established. That is special, and the fact that
they adapted so fast.
Exactly, I think everybody was on the same page about that. Yeah.
They adapted so fast. They must have loved Pascal as soon as he came in.
But that's the thing, because
the
he has
response.
authority. He has authority. He has experience to really tell guys like, if we're gonna go far, we're gonna go far together.
Yeah,
right.
And that's the thing. Maybe something that Cushing lacked, that comes with really coaching the best of the best, especially when they're young, and that's something he has in his locker. And literally within months, completely changed.
Completely different team.
Completely different team.
You gotta
Going into
respect
July,
his pedigree.
come on.
You gotta respect his pedigree. I will say though, just real quick to go on Felix's point, because it's something that I don't want to forget. It being the 10th season, like the amount of progress.
Yes.
From now to then, when I went to NYCFC game in 2015, to what a game was then, to what a game was now, it is really fucking awesome to see how excited like the little kids get to like come to the game.
Best part. Yeah.
And families are all outside, and just seeing more people wearing NYCFC gear in public.
Yes.
It's like, you know when you see them in public.
If you know, you
tap the
know.
badge, right? You tap the badge. Always.
It's really cool because these are all just little building blocks. Slowly but surely, we're just getting where we want to go.
No, and I mean, just before we move on, just to add on to that, and we this is something now that we're saying in hindsight that we're talking about, considering everything, how we're going to grade the season. One thing that we talked in the Nobodies in the beginning of the season, in the preseason, was what is the future of the quality of atmosphere and energy in the marches and the stands?
Yeah,
how are we going to
definitely.
transition to being in the baseball stadiums to going into Etihad Park? And one thing that this year proved is that the fact that everyone now has gotten on board on giving 100% in marches, in the stands, something that 2 years ago, a season ago, were questionable, and everybody
It was
like,
impossible to get people to participate. Chants, even in clapping. Like it was impossible.
So like, let's say you go 30 minutes, it's insane. The next 20 minutes, it literally goes
Crickets.
completely. And that's something that frustrated a lot of people. And the fact that now we can say we can trust everyone, and we can show the league that we're going to have the largest supporters, stand in the hall and the left.
Absolutely.
And it's exactly what you want to go into, or like the second to last season going into.
And I think from my vantage point, from where I'm at in the supporter section, when I'm always capoing and everything like that.
You're going to get your capo stand, by the way.
Man, I
We're
better
all
get a
getting
capo stand.
Let's
Come
go.
on, I'm getting a capo stand. It's going to be the Felix Palau capo stand.
Let's go.
It's going to be out.
We're going to put a plaque up.
Exactly, imagine. So, no, NYCFC, work on that plaque right now.
Stop playing.
Stop playing. But anyway, I think that when I look out sometimes at the crowd, the crowd is very dead, complacent. A couple years ago, and I know we had this conversation a while back.
A long time.
And we've probably had this conversation ad nauseum, right? So it always is disappointing when you don't see people participating, when people, I guess sometimes people get anxious. I guess some people, they paying attention more to the parlay than the actual game in front of them, you know what I mean? But if that's how you enjoy it, that's how you enjoy it. But here in section 236, this is what we do. Yeah, this is how we get down.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think a lot of kids, in like Nico was saying, it's a lot more the younger kids that they see the vibe. I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? And I know, me, in about 20 years when I'm gonna have, I'm rolling up in my little, sky blue scooter in Etihad Park. I can't do this no more. There's gonna be somebody else who's gonna take the mantle, and I think that makes me very happy because we're starting to see it, and I think we saw a lot of it this season. Like people are buying into like what it is to support a club, and shouts to all the fellow supporters out there. I mean, because we really showed up and showed out, and it feels good to see that. Even that progressed, because at the beginning of the season, it was like, people were just like, fucking, I don't want to, don't tell me how to support.
Right.
Now, when we got to that last home against Charlotte, it was crazy. Even though we took the L on penalties, but still the atmosphere was still, top
It
notch.
was epic.
And it's very important that the culture progresses now. Before, like now is the perfect time for us to start gelling.
Yeah.
Because when we get into Etihad Park, we're not gonna have the same vibe that we have in the Bronx. We're gonna have to recreate that energy there. But also think about this. We're creating the future of NYCFC,
Definitely.
the future culture of NYCFC. Kids 20 years from now, kids that are 10 years old, kids that are 5 years old going to games now that become really diehard fans. When they're 20, 15 years from now, the culture that we're developing now has to stick. Because you don't know how trends move. You don't know what's going to be the next social media. You don't know what's going to be popping now. But if we solidify a core culture, a guideline that they follow, we can keep what we built in the Bronx for many years to come.
Definitely.
All right, so actually, I'm going to scratch my rating, and I'm going to give it an A- for that reason.
Ooh.
It's because
Yeah, it's all things considered. Bro.
shout
definitely.
All
out
things
every single person, young, old, big, small, whatever.
Yes. Shout to y'all.
ethnicity, gender,
Doesn't
whatever
matter.
you
We
may
all
be.
won for NYC. That's it.
Hernandez for mayor 2026.
The fact that
Francisco Moya, run for mayor. I'm gonna vote for you, bro.
Francisco Moya, you know what to do. Anyway, but the fact that now we have a culture that we're happy about, now that we're proud of, and we're confident in, on and off the field, that is the world that really plugs in any kind of doubts that we had in general.
Yeah, definitely.
And real quick, just all this, it just makes it so much more exciting to see the progress that's currently happening at Etihad Park. Like,
Yes.
bro,
The flyover videos,
building
bro.
Yo, shout
out to the for NYCFC Forever podcast.
Yeah, shout out to your boy Yusuf,
Yeah,
man.
shout out to
Beautiful
Yusuf.
video. Shout out to everybody who's been posting those stadium shots.
How do you turn
Oh
this off?
man, it's
Turn this off.
You're good,
we
you're
can't.
good.
You gotta go. You gotta
No,
have to
I'll
let it
do that.
rock.
No, it's just good. It's good.
So,
Yeah, that's one thing. Okay,
so
my bad,
no,
my bad.
those are beautiful, and I think that's also reflecting.
just dropped like 14 air horns.
Hey, is it not worth it? Is it not worth
it really much
Is
is.
it not
Much
worth it?
deserved. Much
It's not worth
deserved.
it.
Much deserved.
So I think that those are the better ones, and it just makes us, salivate a bit more for the stadium because now we see.
Salivate.
Hey, yeah, that's a good use of the word, right? Hey, yo.
Variando, yo. Ya, variando.
Yo,
But-
hey,
Like he just ate a
It's my
chopped
birthday
cheese
week,
with
y'all.
bodega,
It's
baby.
my birthday week, y'all. Anyway, but
Hashtag salivate for Felix.
so definitely. But what I'm saying is that it makes us look forward to that stadium, us walking in there for the first time. Me letting out my first fuck chopped cheese, bro. Come on, bro. That's gonna be everything.
and they now. Oh, you go.
No. I was talking. I think we might be on the same thing about that food court.
Bro,
Shout to Paige.
Go ahead.
Paige was named the sponsor of the food
team
court.
announced the sponsor of the food court. I don't remember the name off the top
Pace.
of my head.
Pace.
So, I mean, look, I just hope they really hold up their end of the bargain on that because I think it would be really dope to have a lot of local things, the local businesses in it. Don't corporatize it. We don't just want hot dog stands and pretzels. Not saying that.
Hey, you
Not
want
saying,
Rudy's, go to Rudy's.
not saying that can't be there.
Right.
But
Right.
there needs to be more options, and you need to make people want to go. For example, people go to Citi Field. A lot of people for the food.
Right.
Yes.
A lot of people
Right.
go to UBS Arena for the food.
Right.
So you have to take advantage of that and just actually support local business. I think it could be a really.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
let's be real. It's gonna be a bunch of overpriced, expensive food.
No, but
you know what I mean. It's
it
gonna be
always is, isn't it?
$17 burgers, and the beautiful part about it is that it's gonna be open to the public when the stadium's
that's
closed.
gonna be
And
awesome.
So, like
Yeah.
after for you Met fans,
Yes.
game's done, 1:00 game.
Concerts, international friendlies.
Right.
Whenever teams come here, they always go play a Red Bull or
Yeah,
Citi
now they're
Field,
coming to
gonna come
Queens.
play,
That's it.
Just make it reasonably priced for the community.
Yeah.
So I
bro.
would say
That's
Brad
all. If you're
Sims.
gonna have it open
hope you listening,
24/7
homie.
for the community, make it priced for the community
Well,
and
thank
don't make
you.
it stadium priced
Yeah.
because that's a big difference.
Listen, there's a big difference in paying $16, $17, $18 for a beer or $12, $11 for a beer.
Stadium
Huge difference.
stadium prices and bar prices.
No one's
even certain
asking
bars.
for nothing for free. I mean, I wish we could be like Atlanta and shit, but I get it.
No,
It
yeah,
could be
we
like
don't
that.
have the
It could
Atlanta
be like that.
economy in New York City. We don't.
But if we could find a nice middle ground, I
Be
think
fantastic.
$13, $14. All right, we're talking.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
talking now.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
You guys got to also remember the fact that they also said it's going to be revolving vendors.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's going to be international. That's something that nobody, at least in MLS, has, where it changes seasonally, could change every year, and it's around the world. That really highlights how, not
It's
only
what New York
diverse
City is.
Queens,
It's going to be
No,
the
it
cool
is.
lunch spot.
but
That's what it's going to be. You know what I mean?
New York City, the fact that you can have that to the public, not
Absolutely.
just New York City FC games and fans, that's going to be a big one.
Because that's really going to reflect New York City. When you really look at it like that, when you're seeing
Absolutely.
all the selection. I mean,
huge.
come on,
That's huge.
you can walk half a mile down Roosevelt Avenue. You got Ecuador, Colombia,
The best
DR.
of,
You got
South
Mexico.
America.
Everybody's out there.
Flushing's right around the
Flushing is
corner.
right around the corner.
Yeah,
so
you make
it's-
a left and you're in Flushing. You
Exactly,
make a
so-
right.
Jackson Heights,
Corona.
Corona.
And the best Chinese food in the city to me isn't Flushing, bro. I'm sorry, man. That stuff is
1000%.
You're not
amazing,
lying.
right?
You're not
So
lying.
I mean,
1000%.
not only so I think that NYC has a real opportunity to take advantage of just that local. Just if we're talking within a mile radius of the stadium,
Right.
We're hitting Asia, South America. We're hitting everybody, and
It's crazy because they're actually building a community.
yes,
Like, it's not like you're building a community. You got to make it feel like home. You got to build
neighborhood, a whole
parks
new
and
neighborhood.
schools
And they're putting a
slides
fucking
and-
casino right in
Yes.
the fucking parking lot of City Field. I mean, Jesus
I don't even know how that's gonna work.
fucking Christ.
It's gonna be
You don't
Queens,
have to
Queens is
wonder
about
how
to
it's
be
going to
popping
work
right now, dude.
And not only that, they're saying it's going to be done before 2030.
oh,
So if you really
fucking degenerates are
think
gonna get in
about
line,
that,
man.
bro, listen,
2030?
I can see. I'm not gonna say any names. I can picture some NYCFC fans with a pack of Newports in the sports book right before the game. I know who you are. Just know I know.
After the game, catch an L. I'm going to play some slots.
I'm going to the Hard Rock.
kid, I'll be home at 12:30.
Well,
I'm gonna
not for
play the
nothing.
slots.
They
But
said-
at least there's going to be something to do around the stadium
Nah, yes,
now.
yeah.
So
They said
everyone, the
that-
big concern was like, oh, there's going to be nothing to do.
Yeah.
That is completely
But
gone
the
away
thing
now.
is, that for the casino, that's a certain type of ambience, and a lot of it is going to be that park. It's going to be the
Yeah.
built-in things for the casino. It's going to be the parking lots. But
Yep.
the things that you're talking about, like the neighborhood stuffs, a
Yeah.
new bodega,
Yep.
stores, something of convenience, it has to happen on our side of city.
Yeah.
That other side.
Of course,
City
no,
Field.
that's
Right.
definitely
Because
gonna
the
happen.
casino, all it's doing is basically adding that whole aspect of money and
Yes.
degeneracy, to be fair. And
I mean, you're not lying. You're not
Caesar,
wrong.
are you saying that
Some would
casinos
say-
are not good for the community?
some would say it's a lifestyle and a happy one as well.
We don't badmouth degenerates.
But the fact that we still need a bodega, we still need the stores that are next to, for example, the bodega in the Bronx.
All of
Yeah.
those.
And that's
Of
going to
course,
happen
man.
next to our stadium. So
Right,
that's
right,
something
right,
that
right.
hopefully the city,
All of those things will
as,
happen.
as,
Yes.
as time goes on, comes about.
But I also think we could build a real dope like tailgating culture as well.
Absolutely.
And,
Yes,
and
yes.
like I think we shouldn't. How do I say this?
But where?
We shouldn't
No,
depend.
it's not.
At
It's
the
not, no, it's
marina,
not that
obviously,
point. It's
but
like
that's probably the
one
only
we
place
shouldn't
you think,
depend
yeah.
on it, but we shouldn't like fight against it either.
Yeah.
because I feel like there's a lot of resistance to that, but at the same time. It's fun, bro. If
You
it's
can have
done
both.
right,
But
and
now-
it's
But
a
I think
great
it's the
time.
You
distance
can
too.
have
But
both.
even
You
that's
can
gonna
have
be
both.
I
short.
mean, but that's going to be much shorter now
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we usually go into City Field in the front, but
Yeah.
we're not now going to, instead of having to walk all the way around to get in front, you literally just
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
right
but
there on
that,
Seaver.
all of that will come with seeing what they offer us.
Yeah.
Because they built the stadium, they built the community, and there's nowhere for us to actually congregate as
Right.
supporters. There's not a bar that we could chill at or anything like that. We will develop a tailgating culture
Yeah.
with no problem.
yeah.
That's not even an issue.
We've been doing it for
done
the
that.
last 4 or
Yeah,
5 years,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And just like, can I just real quick? I just want to say before, because this is something that's popped in my head. Can we give props to the away support that has just been so fantastic
Yeah,
this
yeah,
season?
definitely.
And no matter where
Shouts to
we
you
go,
all.
we are very loud.
everywhere we go.
Every
Everywhere
game
we go.
every
It's
game
the
you watch
New
on
York
TV,
boys.
you
Nah,
hear
deep,
us louder
deep.
than the home support.
We're flipping everyone
wait.
off.
Yeah,
Caesar's
we-
rage baiting people.
We're rowdy. We're so New
Yeah.
York about
That's
it.
the story.
But it's like more people
Right.
are going away. You
Yes.
know what I mean? More people are attending away games, and like the traveling support is almost as important as the home support.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying?
Those are how you build real memories, and I feel like
yeah.
that's how you really fall in love with the club.
I'm happy that, for example, we've always kind of had that.
And I'm sorry
Yeah.
for I would just
Nah,
I don't
you
wanna
go-
fuck-
you
Yeah,
go-
because we
definitely
gotta
not,
kind of
that-
go back into the scheme of what we're thinking, but what we're gonna do. But no, yeah, the final things I'll say is like we've kind of always had that. Like we went to
Yeah.
Portland, that playoff run, but now it's
Yes.
more than ever because
But it's
More people are getting invested in the team.
during the season. I mean.
And not only that, you know where you can see it the most? Derbies.
Yes.
Derbies
Yes.
away. This derby away, the second derby away, September. That was
epic.
10 out of 10. And they thought they did a thing, beating us in the playoffs last year. Oh my
Yeah.
God, we're loud. Oh my God, this and that. Put them to shame.
Embarrassed them.
Put them to shame.
Embarrassed them.
And this time, not only that, we got, they did it. We got to lift the Hudson River Trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There as well.
Again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the fact that it was nonstop,
And
ole
eliminated
this,
them.
Yeah.
ole, it was humiliating.
Beautiful.
And to end their playoff hopes that way, it's
Ooh, that was the best
Yeah.
part. The coup de
Oh,
grace
my
right there.
goodness.
let's get
Fuck
back
the Red Bulls.
into reviewing
Fuck the
the
Red
season.
Bulls.
Let's go.
Three
Season.
most improved players.
Oh man,
For
that's a
each
good
one of you guys.
Alright,
We'll start off.
I'll start off.
Mr. Grilly.
I'm glad that I'm
I'll
last.
say,
So.
even though,
Bachelor.
even though
Host.
he may leave, unfortunately, Josh Hack was definitely a most improved player. I'll give it to Kevin O'Toole as well. He definitely stepped up in big
Shout out
moments.
to boy Kev.
And
Well, shut up. Fucking applause
he,
everybody.
I mean, he had one of the best weeks ever, like, in sports history. So that
Yeah,
was pretty
totally
epic for him.
Facts.
And this is a tough one for me. It's a little toss-up, but at the end of the day, I would say, even though maybe this isn't even possible, probably Matt Freeze.
Wow, I mean, come on, that's very valid. I mean, he is the number one.
like,
Come on,
he
he is the
somehow-
U.S.
No,
number
he
one right
is
now.
better.
So.
He got better. Like,
No,
it's,
no,
it's-
I think that's a
very
good shout.
noticeable.
Because
Like,
remember, earlier this year, he wasn't even the USMNT picture
Yeah,
at all.
no,
Absolutely.
And look at where he's going, bro.
Yeah, and Mauricio Pochettino, who's dealt with so many world class talent,
Definitely.
said, "I choose you, Pokemon." And then literally, from then, the Iceman from then literally just went on to be the number one. And is probably going to start the World Cup. So
Yeah,
my-
probably most
Yeah, I don't see
certainly
nobody
will. I don't
taking
see
that job.
I don't see Matt
and,
Turner taking the
he-
job, bro. I'm
when
sorry.
you have Tim Howard saying, "Yeah, you're up, man. You ready?"
Yeah.
Then I think you
That's
are
awesome
probably
cosign.
ready.
I mean,
Absolutely.
So, I mean, my three most improved, which is, I mean, the whole team is improved. You can have so many, but
Yeah.
mine will, I mean, off the rip, Hannes Wolf, just because
Yeah.
now we had a consistent, good amount of goals coming from like a player that's not Alonso Martinez. And we all question ourselves. We're like, all right, this is second season. We know he has the talent, the tactical ability. He has that. That's him.
Right.
But how consistent, how healthy can he be? Well, he got his double digits.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a good amount of assists. So the fact that you have that in your second season, really proving that you can play with your left foot, play with your right foot. And Pascal even told him, like, I'll trust you to make your right foot as good as your left. Well, he did. And that's a really good improvement.
Exactly.
Another one who we all kind of knew he had it in him, and he definitely has that dog in him. And he has that ability, that bulletproof mentality that Pascal said on and off the ball. And I think that's Agustin Ojeda.
Yes.
Yep.
That's another one as well. And
We really wanted to see more from Ojeda in the beginning.
Yes.
Because we knew his speed. He was like one of the fastest
built for
players in all the
MLS.
world.
Yes.
You know
He's
what I
built for
mean?
MLS.
And I
He's
feel
a
like
bullet.
he didn't get like the opportunity. And like, again, Pascal, man, like
Yeah.
bringing the best out of these players.
Yeah, definitely.
and then the other one is the one that I like to relate the most playing on the field, and someone who I've said is like our version of Pogba, and that is Andres Perea. Quick recovery. Queremos mucho en ti. Ojalá que regreses
Claro,
con mucha
claro,
fuerza.
Pepe.
But he is definitely one that solidified his position. Box-to-box midfielder. Even played center back with Aiden O'Neill. That's another one I couldn't even mention. Against Toluca, these guys are holding midfield is fine. Their forte per se. They were able to adjust and be like, we really didn't have center back depth at that point. Put him at center back, and then you have him the other side of the field, dribbling, shooting outside the box, making it in. KC, Nashville at home.
Yeah.
That's another one. I have a lot of love for him, and again, I hope he comes back as good as he was.
Yeah, def, man. Def.
Heal up, brother. Heal up.
Go ahead.
Ah,
We're
man.
rooting for
My three most improved players. Well, first off, you know who I got to shout. Your boy number 24, Tavon Gray from Allerton in the Bronx, New York, baby. I always got to shout this kid out because you see, I'm not just making this shout just because, he's one of my favorites on the team. there has been another steady
Wait,
progression.
Felix, where is he from again?
A-Town in the building, Allerton in the building, Burke Ave, 80 Ave, all that, baby. Kruger.
So Bronx. So Bronx.
Hey, listen, this is what it is. I love it, bro. I love being from the Bronx. You know, even though we got a Bronx hater down here, you know what I mean? Why? But
It's too
definitely,
dangerous for him.
I think that, you know, Tavon Gray really solidified himself at right back this season. No matter what system that we were playing, Tavon was instantly penciled into that lineup. I mean, you know, we love Mitja Ilinic, right? He's a great dude, great player, you know what I mean? But Tavon was given that hey, this is your position to lose. And he just ran with it, literally. You know, he literally, you know, he upped his production, you know what I mean? His crossing has... This is something that he really used to take a lot of shots for back when he was younger, was the fact that his crosses were garbage. And they were, right? But now you've seen that steady improvement as far as that goes, too. I mean, he's been really working at it. This kid is a dog. He's a competitor. He's fierce. You know what I mean? So he wants that ball off. You know, he wants that ball. He wants to humiliate you. While he's doing it, he wants stupid. That's my favorite one. Stupid.
Yeah, I love it.
That's my
that
favorite.
energy, that New York energy.
Exactly.
You know
That's
what
what
I'm
we
saying?
need that's what we need in the team. And
And just quickly, I mean, I said it before to you, and the phrase that I use against when he always plays against Charlotte. And you know who he always has in his back pocket? It's Wilfred Zaha.
Exactly.
You know, the young YN from the Bronx.
on,
taking down the
son.
man them
Come on,
in his backyard,
son.
in his crib. You know how it is.
We on the New York.
That's it.
Hat to the back on that New York.
You know what it is. And we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it on that New York theme. And as far as my second guy goes, is Justin Hack. I mean, Justin Hack. We didn't know what we had in this kid 2-3 years ago. I mean, 4 years ago, he's starting for us in Open Cup. We don't know what we have in this kid, but now we know. And I think a lot of it goes to just the fact that he's been getting that time, confidence. He's been, you know, he's finally grown into his body. Pause, and then, you know what I mean?
All right.
You know what I mean? But you know, he's
yo.
yo is like, oh, but hey, listen, but on some real, you know, he's become a man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's grown into his physicality. He welcomes the physicality of it. He's built for it. He's, you know, his technical play has gone up in such by leaps and bounds this season. It's gonna suck that we don't re-sign him. I mean,
We don't know yet. We
don't know
let's
yet.
not
We don't know yet.
speculate.
Let's not speculate.
Most likely, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Alleged. All
And
alleged.
it's, you know, if we listen, this guy better start backing up the Brinks truck. I mean, he needs to make Justin Hack a priority. Absolutely, right?
Absolutely.
I think our defensive midfield does not go forward without him.
You mean center back?
Center back, you know, but as
could
versatile
be. He's
as
versatile.
versatile as he can be, you know. So,
Yeah.
and as far as my third most improved player has to be Trapito Ojeda. I mean, you know, when we got this guy, right, he came with a reputation. Lazy, comes to training late, doesn't take it seriously. I mean,
He got sent home at Racing.
got sent home at Racing. I mean, come on, and Racing isn't one of these little, you know, Micmac clubs in Argentina.
No, yeah,
they got
big team.
history.
They're a big club,
So
yeah.
you playing for Racing? I mean, come on, shouts to Maxi on that one, right? So, I think that when Malachi Jones went down, you know, we all started saying who's gonna fill in the gap, right? We didn't know what we had on the bench. We didn't know that we had a kid who was extremely fast, who became a hard worker, right? And just said, hey, I'm taking this position. Now we start seeing him. That goal in Philly, that you know, doesn't happen without him.
He was basically the whole goal.
He was the
Absolutely.
whole goal. I mean, the way he beats his defender, looks and has the vision to pass off to Nico, like, come on. That was beautiful. So I think right there, we you know, we got a preview of it all season. Now that we got to the playoffs, like, you know, we started saying to ourselves, like, hey, this is his time. And he owned it. And look what happened. He got us within, you know, 90 minutes of a MLS
Away
Cup
from
final.
MLS Cup final.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think, you know, those are my three, definitely, man.
And real quick, they had him playing for the second team, and he didn't give up. He didn't hang his head. He just
Yeah.
did what he had to do. So shout out to you,
Shout to you, Trapito, definitely.
Beautiful.
All right, Mr. Milkman. What you gotta
My
say?
three would be all right.
The
So
milkman
obviously,
is
y'all
Delivers.
the milkman, bro.
delivering.
I'm
He's
delivering,
delivering.
right? I'm at your front door with
Where
the
your head
delivery.
at, Cheese? You know how you make cheese? You know how you make cheese?
With a
You know.
half ounce of that stink in his pocket.
I see what's happening.
Look, you
man.
can only make cheese with milk.
Yo, exactly,
Hey.
son. Yo, press that button. Whatever button needs to be pressed for that statement, hit that right there.
That is
You gotta
crazy.
relax. Got him, brother. He said it's true. It's true. All right, yo, listen now. Let's keep it funky. So now, y'all stated, all of you said my three. So
Right.
I just want to state, Kevin O'Toole.
Yeah.
We cannot, man, like one of the best weeks for a professional athlete.
Yes.
You know, getting called up by his country while being caught up beating Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yep.
Then, making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, so on and so forth, man. Shout out to him and just the progress that he's made
Facts.
as
Yes.
an
3
NYCFC
years,
player.
1,000.
You know what I mean? It was really impressive to see just the resilience.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid got swag. He
Yes.
could ball. There's certain, there's sparks where you're like, ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah, sauce.
Like, what is
Sauce.
he doing out there? He's
Yeah.
cooking.
That's the Ivy League
Yeah.
shuffle.
Yo,
Facts.
I've seen him take ankles out there. Like,
Yeah.
yo, are you serious? So he's always had that, I call the N1 mixtape flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Two, Trayvon great, man. Like,
Yeah,
Tavon. So, Tavon really, like you said, took control of that position, man, and only got better, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the confidence. And when you're playing for your position, it might affect your mentality a bit.
Yeah.
Because you're like, am I good enough to compete with this person? But maybe it's the New York mentality.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that X. But he was like, nah.
that's me.
Nobody's
That's me,
beating me
fam.
out of my position. I won the MLS Cup with this club. And you know what? This is my position.
Exactly.
And his play showed that.
Mm-hmm.
Clapping in people's faces, don't matter what his opposition is.
Stupid.
Yeah, no matter.
Shutting down Wilfred Zaha like nothing.
And
Put him in his back
that made
pocket.
me so proud.
Yeah.
Because homegrown, you got to take care of your peoples, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You got to take care of your peoples. And Tavon really he proved that he loves NYCFC.
Yeah.
He loves playing for NYCFC. He loves playing for his city.
100%.
And that showed in his play this season. And getting called up to Jamaica.
Yep.
He
know,
can still go to the World
maybe
Cup.
for the World
That's
Cup.
what I'm
Who knows?
saying.
He's still in the
And
mix
I
of
don't
that.
see why he wouldn't.
It would be awesome to
Possibly.
see
It would be fantastic.
It's a shot.
NYCFC player representing the World Cup.
And again, speaking back of homegrowns, is Justin Hack, man.
Yeah.
Like the kid really. I mean, a couple seasons ago, we were fiending for him to go, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't want him to start games. We were like, why is he in this lineup? You know what I'm saying? And that's just now. Don't get us wrong. We are fans of the club, and we love the players. But 10 years from now, we're still going to be fans of the club, and we might love
Definitely.
the players, but the club comes first. So when you're having a bad stretch, don't take it the wrong way when we feel like you don't deserve to be in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Now, when you play like Justin Hack played this season,
Yes.
when you prove to not only all the fans, but to your coach, and again, Pascal, man, it's unbelievable what he did with these players. Players that we had no hope for last season, that we didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel for, he turned them into studs.
Yes.
The fact that we might not be able to have Justin Hack on our team next season hurts me deeply. Not only because he's from Brooklyn, but we've seen him grow with the club. He played like he was 18 years old when he started for us,
Yeah,
if I'm not
definitely. Yeah,
mistaken. He was like one of the...
And Nick, if you know, you know. But remember when he was in the Necaxa, he
Yup.
played that the international friendly
Yup.
preseason. They were calling him Cavani.
Yep.
He would've-
Yep, that's how he got the name.
He
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
10 years younger than when
Come
he
on,
is.
he was a baby, bro.
Yeah,
and
he
we
was a
watched
baby.
him grow with this club. And now that he's reaching his potential, we don't want to pay him?
Yeah, that's
so
sick.
So
That's bugged out. Like on some, no disrespect to the Met fans, but what in the Pete Alonso's going on here?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Too
what more do you
soon.
want
Yeah.
from the player when they perform?
no, but,
Exactly.
but you also got to realize,
Gotta
like
let it-
I tell everybody,
It's a habit. I'm sorry
It's
to cut you
hardball.
off.
It's
It's
hardball.
what we do, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
When
but-
players tend to play themselves out of the NYCFC all the time.
But
And
I feel like what people are failing to realize, and when I've kind of told a lot of people, is that we don't know exactly the figures being thrown out there, number one. Number two, maybe he feels like this January is that next jump. Because
He deserves
I'd
it.
be
Yeah, he really
surprised.
does.
No, honestly, I'd be surprised if he stays in MLS. Because, again, people got to remember, he's 24.
yeah, he's young.
If you don't jump now, you're only kind of closing your bridge for the max amount of money you're going to get, especially from someone like in Europe.
But
Yes.
it's only
Yeah, they
been
will
this
pay him a
year.
lot
Like,
more.
right, if
It's-
you're 25, 26, it's definitely going to
It's only been this year that we've seen the money being spent. We've sold how many players, and where's the money gone? Who did we buy? Nobody.
That's
This
true.
year's when we brought in Raul Gustavo,
got some money.
and Nico Fernandez, and Aiden O'Neal. We've seen progress with the
Yeah,
club.
those
But
are three
how many
big
players have
players.
we gotten rid of in the past, and we sold for astronomical numbers, and where'd the money go? Because we did not improve the team.
Yeah,
That's
very
another
true.
plus.
Yeah.
Of
You
the
understand?
season
Is this going to be
period.
another thing? Where are we waiting to get?
It went to a lot of players.
Are we waiting to get rid of Justin Hack to make an improvement to our team? Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we have the money and the ability to at least negotiate with players.
Yeah.
There's not
Reasonable
even a
amount.
ripple in the
At
pond.
least if you're gonna lose them, don't lose them for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's going to be the worst part of the whole
Don't
thing.
lose
Come
them
on
for
now.
Yeah, you can get a big
Come
fee
on
for them
now.
for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
listen,
I
like
agree.
if
I
he
agree.
keeps up for another year, like if they're clamoring now, they'll be clamoring even harder. And especially
Matty frees him.
Yep.
once the transfer window lines up.
Matty frees
what
him.
it-
Matty
what it-
Free signed an extension with us. You know why?
That's perfect.
We know
That's perfect.
that eventually he's
Yeah,
going to
he's gonna
go.
go.
Yep.
But we could get some for him.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the important part now. It's finding a way,
And
finding
listen.
that middle ground, and getting this kid signed.
Come
Absolutely.
on, bro.
And-
Come on now, man. It's only
is
right.
something though, because at the end of the day, NYCFC is they're in the red, bro. They've never operated in the black since their existence.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
They've
that?
been losing
The red?
money forever. They've
But we're
never
worth
gained
$1 billion. We're the fifth
The
most or sixth.
CFG is.
Yeah.
NYCFC.
No,
is,
NYCFC
is
NYCFC, a
negative.
club
I
itself,
know,
is
but-
worth.
but
It's the
they're-
sixth highest.
but-
No,
bro,
it's
but
the
bro,
it's
we-
the
Sixth
fourth
richest.
highest.
Fourth richest
Matt,
franchise
in MLS.
those are just assets. Like we're talking like actual like the books. There's
Right.
no bro. They're paying Yankee Stadium $1 million like for 17 home games for almost. There's no an MLS team isn't making that back.
Yeah.
I think that's where the
Like,
stadium
and
revenue.
that's
We
why,
make that
and
back
that's
when we open
why
our stadium.
They are fiending for the stadium
Stadium.
because
That
bro,
is true.
they are gonna let all concerts, anything be done there because bro, they're dying to
Yeah.
Now,
finally
do
turn
you
a
think
profit.
that we wait to make signings?
That's absolutely
until
what's gonna happen.
2027?
I-
Like,
I
it's going to be
mean-
another
All right,
season
let's-
of just
Nah, I
minimal
don't think so.
signings.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we'll
don't think
keep it
so.
as for the end of the season review, and then we'll get to later.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
we get excited
And
over here. You know what I'm saying? I love this club. I love this club. Once I get talking about it, you know
That's
how
it.
it
But
goes.
this is what it always is with us, guys.
So I would say before we move on to other things, of course, the most memorable game you guys can remember. Either you went to it or you did not go to it, home or away.
Philly playoffs.
Okay.
It's hard to top
hard
Philly.
to
I
beat
mean,
it, man.
there was a whole bunch, or actually one home and one away that you can think of. Away,
Home, I'll say the Derby, and away, I'll say Philly.
obviously. Okay. I mean,
Playoffs.
and the fact that we got back at them the way we did,
Ooh, that was
getting
beautiful.
back
man.
at them for
Yeah.
winning Supporter Shield, and not allowing Red Bull to win going into the go make playoffs. Mine, I would say, home would have to be Columbus. Columbus when the Julian Fernandez 91st minute screamer, because
Yes.
that you were next to me. We were catpulling a lot that game.
Yeah.
That put me to tears because it made me feel that we can make a playoff run.
Yeah.
That was the one that really cracked in me because we had just come back from Chicago. We won in Chicago.
Yep.
We won that game, and then we had in the game of the week against Charlotte. They were unbeaten in 9, and we beat them.
Yeah.
And if it wouldn't be for Columbus, I think that was a big morale boost.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
for Julian, which we all have our mixed reviews on, but that was a good one at home, I think. And then away, I mean, it has to be the one I rage-baited Philly fans. It has to be the one that,
How can you not, right?
that's a story, of course. This guy who looked like Jabba the Hutt got mad because I told him, where's your star? Where's your star? And he proceeded to throw a Coca-Cola bottle, maybe like a third full.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of representatives that worked for the team behind me. A lot of them were women. And he pursued it to almost kind of hit me. He should play for the Phillies.
Smooth
Or
move
maybe the
first.
Eagles. The Eagles lost that game. He should have maybe played for the Eagles. And then he proceeds to hit them. And then a guy next to him catches it, gives it to the security guard. That security guard tells the other security guard he threw it. And we're all pointing at him.
Right.
Out. It's just like his
Sackable.
team.
Fuck Philly.
Sackable.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Favorite home,
All right.
favorite home.
Well, my favorite home game of the season was obviously the Derby. Extracurriculars were off the hook.
My favorite photo.
My favorite photo.
I thought this was America. Like Randy Marsh, right?
Moments before disaster struck, right?
Right.
No, but I mean, obviously that game.
Locked up.
That's Evie's song, you know. If you know, you know, ma. Anyway, so I think that just on field, the way we dominated that game for 90 minutes, supporters were off the hook that day. We were just we were giving 100% because I think we felt embarrassed. We felt embarrassed about that playoff loss, dude. And I think that we came back 100%. We were ready to go. Energy was at 100, and we showed that, yeah, dude, this is our city. You know, fuck New Jersey. You know what I mean? So that's always my energy anyway. So
always. And then Alonso Martinez.
And Alonso Martinez. I mean, come on, bro. I mean,
the weather was awesome.
And the weather was awesome. You know,
I missed that game. I was not happy.
And the thing was is that, you know, and I think the stadium was going crazy. You know, even before Alonso scored that one, but when he scored,
and the tifo.
Oh, the tifo! Shouts to Ben Maltz on that tifo,
Shout out
baby.
to everybody.
Shout out to everybody who paid that tifo. Shouts to the third rail.
Shout out to everybody.
Definitely.
The time out.
You know, I mean, I've had the pleasure of working on about 10, 15 tifos to the third rail, but you know, definitely. But I think that Ben Maltz really did his job on that. Shouts to you,
shout
kid.
out Ben
that
Maltz,
meant a lot
man.
to me seeing that
Killed
because that kid's my, you know, he's like my little protege. He's my little man.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. Ben Maltz, you're a good man.
Fucking kid.
So you know, definitely, and I think that everything about that day was amazing. Now, I'm kind of divided about, you know, my favorite away day. Obviously, you know, the best one was Philly. I mean, come on, who expected us? I mean, but you know what? I woke up with that energy. I woke up with that Big Tim energy. I was like, yo, we about to win. I told Evie, we about to watch a win right now, right?
Absolutely.
And so, you know, just and I was just thinking about you. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you. I was like, my people's out there. I'm not out there.
You didn't spirit, super spirit.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that was that to me, and I expressed this to y'all after the game. Like I felt like I was with y'all. Right. Aside from that crazy ass phone call I got from fucking Caesar at like 1:30, you see, you don't even remember that.
No, I wasn't drunk.
I know you don't. You stand in the
street eating
tacos.
tacos.
No, y'all were eating tacos, but y'all were mad hyped. Yo, it was good, Felix. We eating tacos.
Yo, we were so
I was like, proud that was.
But
we were floating.
But
y'all
to me,
were already back in New York.
Yeah, they were already back in New York.
Yeah,
because I think they're already in Queens at that point. So, you know, even things like that, like those little stories are what makes, you know, away days awesome. You know, and the other away day that I thought was great was the Derby away.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what made it so.
Favorite
You know what?
another one that I missed. And I went to the first one.
My favorite away day. I think, you know, we always want to talk about the obvious one, Philly. You know, it was a great. I know, you know what I mean? Evie and I weren't there, but I felt like I was with you guys over there because, you know, there was so much of that energy, you know? I mean, when you go, you know, to enough away days with people, you already feel that energy with them, you know? So I was thinking about you out there. And I was telling myself, like, we're going to do this. And because they're there, that means, you know, they're bringing that New York with them, you know?
So in spirit, my
definitely. But I'm kind of torn on that one. I also have to say my favorite away day was Rebel Away. And I think, you know something, it was so funny just to watch Torcida 96 and the entire meltdown post-match. How, you know, racially abusing your players. Your own players.
Yeah. What happened?
You know, dudes jumping off the supporter section, you know, that big dude, I don't know, you know,
big goof,
big goof, right? Like, my man was saying something, and
then when he got pressed, he started copping the plea.
Exactly. So much that they had to write a statement.
Racially abusing your own players?
Yo, that's a dumb.
Wow. How rich was their statement too, right?
Nah, right before anything else found out, right before anybody knew that it was a racist statement, we didn't say anything racist. Come on. How you snitching on yourself like that? Fuck Torcida 96. Anyway, so for me, because I always say fuck the Rebels, we beating the Rebels. Anytime we stepping out on the field against them, those two for me are like the best away days of this season.
Right.
Insane.
So I'm gonna say my favorite home game. I'm gonna have to piggyback on your home game. Is that Columbus?
I piggybacked on your scores. So
but knowing that we needed a spark off the bench, and Julian Fernandez coming in so late, and his confidence to take that shot on by himself, being like, hold on, I got this. I got this. And just the way, the way Yankee Stadium exploded.
Oh my God, that was a great vibe.
That was so crazy. My hands are standing up under my sweatshirt right now. Like, it was just, like you said, that's when we really it felt like 2021.
Yeah.
That free kick.
I think you said it yourself. It feels like
Yeah, right after, I was like, these are the vibes.
Yeah,
This is the energy. These are the vibes that I was having in 2021. That could be the shot to change this season around. And guess what?
it almost did.
And it almost did. It almost did.
It almost was that
You
moment
know,
for us.
and just away, I would have to say Philly. Because Philly's so scummy. They only allow
Fuck Philly.
78 tickets and 1,000 people try to reach out. So, 133 was all, NYCFC away. And what we did is we bought out most of 132.
Yep.
So there was at least 200 fans there, making everybody uncomfortable. Then my son, king of all kings, if you ask me, Maxi Morales, takes it down. We beat
Get
Philly
him a
out there. A
statue,
defensive
NYC.
masterpiece.
Wait, what was the
Goals and
celebration?
4 games.
Come on, hit him with the
Come on,
Rocky
hit him with the
Balboski,
Rocky.
son. What's up? You
Yo,
know what time it
my
is,
man
bro.
better get that
City of
statue
brotherly
going.
love.
Is poop 3-1. We're 3-1 against y'all in the playoffs.
So,
With the star to
relax.
show it.
And then all this other nonsense that you guys really showed your true colors with the way you would with the words that you were saying as
Yeah.
far as
Symbols, the hand
yeah,
symbols.
man, a lot of
With the
hand
throwing
symbols.
thing, exactly.
And it's so ironic because back in the days they had a lot to say about us NYCFC
yup,
supporters. They called
yup.
us fascists and everything, and how the tables have turned.
Yes,
you know what
yes,
I'm saying?
it's
If you don't know
crazy.
what we're saying, do your own research because I'm not gonna get into that. But boo you guys.
Exactly.
And I would
Boo you guys.
Doop is poop.
And I would say, like, I always say,
They got duped into believing they had a good team.
And they lost their striker today to DC United.
Absolutely.
How they
How you lose your striker to DC? Yo, I'm out of here. Next. Listen,
Right up
Philly was a great
95.
time. Going out there, busting them up like we always do, and winning a meaningful game.
Yes.
Being down some players gave me all the confidence in the world in this team.
Yeah.
And actually it solidified my thoughts and my feelings about how I felt about them. And, the future's very bright.
Ooh, let's go, Milky.
Yeah,
I was
you know
gonna
what I'm
say-
saying? You know what I'm saying?
before we transition to the final things, one thing, of course, our man, the myth, the legend, 8 years deep, Maxi Morales.
Whoa.
The absolute killer to
Come on,
Philly.
man.
Oh my God.
Four games.
Yes.
Bow down to Maxi.
Four games.
Maxi Morales.
He deserves it, man.
And I've been saying for years, he needs a life-size gold statue. Life-size 5'3" to exactly the
He needs a
flaws.
15-foot statue,
No,
bro.
he's so real.
He needs
No,
a giant statue.
He's so real that he's the biggest,
Yeah.
yet the shortest, yet the biggest player in our history.
I seen him score a goal, header, against Darlington Nagby. They played Houston in Connecticut, that home game.
Yeah.
It was like 115 degrees, and he
Yes.
scored a header goal.
And there was
over Darlington
115 people.
Oh,
in the
yo,
other one.
and I looked at him, I was like, how can you not love this guy, bro?
And that was his
Scoring
first
headers.
season. That was his first
Yeah.
season.
Beautiful.
But what I was saying is, we've seen this throughout all American sports, where you have the people who the players who put their names in the books.
Yeah.
They're the ones known to be the killers. Listen, we're Knicks fans, like Reggie Miller's against us. People in general, like your Derek Jeters, like your whoever you want to call it.
Right.
Maxi Morales against Philly.
Yeah.
4 games, 4 goals
Yeah.
in
Yes.
playoffs to
Yes.
really put him down and show who's boss.
One more time.
One more
Let's give it up.
time for
Bro.
the man,
You
Maxi,
can
man.
have 100,000. You gotta let it roll.
Is it safe to say he's the MVP of the team this
Yeah,
season?
I think so.
Bro, and
really
listen,
Playing every game at
yeah, come
38
on.
years
I
old?
really have to say that.
He has never played every game
He
this
needs to
season.
get sponsored by Tiger Bomb.
The Tiger Bomb.
Him and Shaq in a Bang Day commercial.
Bro, he needs to
Shaq putting Bang Day on Maxi's back.
any kind of resistance. This man is like timeless.
Yeah, you ain't
timeless.
lying. You ain't
And
lying.
again, we talked again. Like I want to highlight the only people yet right now in our team, especially the core players that have not signed yet, are Hack and Maxi. Everybody has re-signed. Your Tavons, your Thiago Martins.
Yeah.
And so
If
we
Maxi
talk
don't
about.
resign, he's gonna retire.
We of course you mentioned Chop about like how can the team look next season now that we're doing our ending credits. We listen, those are him and then of course Rando and then the other reserve player who
Some players
left.
could get
Yeah.
transferred.
But I understand, but again, from what we know the team, those are the only ones that could possibly leave directly. And listen, we definitely expect to get signings this offseason. Because listen, how can you not help the man who I've called probably maybe the best coach to date NYCFC's ever had? Because Dylan inherited Maserati.
Yeah, he did.
In 2019, we almost won Supporters Shield. So he inherited one of the best teams, if not the best team, definitely the best team in the East at that point.
Right.
Pascal Janssen, we can't see the same. People had us this season 11th, 9th finishing. We were minutes away from the final. So
and let's go for it, man. We're gonna be in the Open Cup. Let's go for it.
Leagues Cup,
go for it.
So we definitely need signings.
I don't know if I care about Leagues Cup, but Open Cup for sure.
But we have
I would love for us to win the Open Cup. Just add something like a historical trophy like that to the trophy cabinet, and it's all doable. Right. And we have a manager who was he was the general manager or the sporting director was the GM of Sacramento Republic. So he actually understands the importance.
Right.
And he played for the Galaxy. He won 5 championships. So having a sporting director who's familiar with the league, understands the league, understands the dynamics. This is all very important, all very good. And man, it sucks that it's the off season, man. I wish we had a game, but what are you gonna do? This 2026 year with the World Cup and the MLS season and all the away days we got coming up, all the amazing home games, it's going to be fucking epic.
My tickets just got uploaded to my account.
Yeah, I know. I got
tickets of the year.
Season tickets.
I thought you were talking about the World Cup. I almost passed.
Easy, buddy.
I'm so excited for the World Cup.
They saw my email. They were like, duh.
But yes, like I said, this is the perfect storm for American soccer, perfect storm to be MLS, be soccer in this country, because now you're building, especially for NYCFC, you're building into the stadium. MLS is now turning a tide where it's the last seasons of what we know it for now. And then we have the World Cup coming up. We have the Women's World Cup later in a few years. We have the Olympics. Copa America again. And there's anything that FIFA, CONMEBOL, any soccer, football government loves is that. The big guap, and that's something America has, and that's something that NYCFC needs to splurge.
Listen, you gringos out there, if you don't like soccer, you're going to learn today.
Soccer is the biggest in the world, and it's now coming to America better than ever.
Yeah.
Well, what are your guys' closing thoughts on just the team in general, everything going on, and what we should look forward to?
Me personally, man, like the New York State motto says, Excelsior. Ever upward, higher, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We only going up from here. Yeah, that's all I see.
I love that right there.
That's all I see right now.
He was there when you wrote it.
Excelsior, exactly. I was there when I wrote it. I was also there with Stan Lee when he wrote Spider-Man. But no, seriously, it's just because this is the trajectory that we're on. We just keep going up, and I think that now it's going to be we're going to get so used to this. He almost dropped the table.
He almost broke his elbow.
Oh, damn, bro.
You're saying.
So we only go up from here, and I think that because we have such a healthy outlook and diagnosis on this team, we're only going to get better from here.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Dr. Palau.
Diagnosis negative. Prognosis negative. That's I'm not even that.
And we'll close off with the person who's hosting us.
First and foremost,
follow Big Play Small Talk.
Milky
was hosting us today in Brooklyn, aka Tribeca.
Yo, shout out to the fucking next one in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, let's go, Knicks.
Let's go, Knicks. Shout out that Knicks.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Yo, first and foremost, follow me at BP Small Talk on all social medias. The podcast is Big Play Small Talk. I'm gonna have the brothers on all the time. We here. We gonna make some magic from now. 2026, 2027, new stadium, old stadium, all the stadiums. We're gonna be there. So just get used to us. With that being said, I want to thank y'all for having me. I had a blast.
Hey, you're like the fourth member of the Nobodies by now. Definitely.
I love y'all. Always, the energy's real here. And I guess it's natural because we've been going to games for so long.
Yeah.
We've had these conversations on the subway, on the bus, in the bodega,
at the bar tonight.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like something that comes natural in these conversations. As far as the team's concerned, I'm a little nervous because, you know, we've been in this situation before. We tend to make all our signings in the middle of the season and gives players less time to acclimate to the system. Hopefully we learn from that and we get somebody in. We do need another striker with Alonso Martinez possibly being out until July, August. Yeah, we can't depend on Seymour Reed as much as I love the kid. He might be able to get us started for a game or two, but come on, we're talking longevity here. We're talking by June, July, we still need to be competitive. We still need to be able to hold our own in the standings.
Definitely.
But with that being said, man, I think there's nothing Pascal can't do, bro. I feel like he could literally take us to the promised land, bro.
Oh, definitely.
That's guy we trust.
MLS Coach of the Season, MLS Coach of the Year next season.
Yeah, he got robbed on that one. I'm sorry.
MLS Coach of next season.
The man that he defeated.
Exactly.
Bradley Cardinal.
Next season, mark my words, Pascal Janssen.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
MLS Coach of the Season.
I just want to say everything's on the up and up, man. Everything.
Can't complain.
Everyone's on their shit. We just keep improving every year, and it's just I'm so happy to be a part of this culture, bro.
Sign Justin Hack,
yes,
bro.
Get it done, boys.
That's what you want the final statement. Sign Justin Hack.
And with that being said, guys, it's the New York City Nobodies featuring Jesse from Big Play Small
Thanks
Talk.
for having me, boys.
Thank you for having us. It's been an incredible 2025. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the above.
Let's go,
Knicks. Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go, Knicks.
Fuck the Rebels.
Fuck them.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
We out.
Have a great year.